Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're looking at something that really grabbed headlines recently, the Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sánchez wedding over in Venice.
Yeah, quite the spectacle.
Exactly. So our mission here really is to go beyond just the glam photos. We want to unpack the numbers, the impact, and the stories behind the people involved. We've got articles, research, all that stuff.
Trying to get a fuller picture.
And hopefully give you some maybe surprising facts and perspectives on what an event like this really signifies in terms of, well, extreme wealth and achievement.
It's fascinating how a personal event seemingly just explodes into this global thing. It really says a lot about wealth today.
Okay, so let's dive right in. The scale of it in Venice.
Right.
What really made it stand out?
Well, Venice itself became like this incredible backdrop. You had these luxury speedboats everywhere, all the VIP guests flying in, staying in a 7-star hotel.
And the cost estimate, that was pretty wild.
Yeah, the numbers thrown around are somewhere between, say, 10 million and maybe $30 million.
Okay, 10 to 30 million, which sounds huge, but then you put it next to Jeff Bezos' net worth. What's that, around 230 billion?
Exactly. So that 30 million, if it was that high, is like 0.013% of his wealth. It's almost nothing, relatively speaking.
It's hard to even get your head around that kind of difference. How does that compare, like, for an average person?
Well, someone did the math. Forbes said it's like an average Italian spending maybe 24 euros on their wedding. Another outlet, could be answered, but even lower, like 3 euros compared to an average salary.
3 euros. Okay, that really puts it in perspective. It's a different financial industry.
Totally, it just operates on a completely different scale.
And what about Venice? Did the city get anything out of this beyond the hassle?
Oh, definitely. The media visibility was massive. Someone calculated as comparable to like 5 Super Bowls worth of attention.
5 Super Bowls? That's incredible PR.
Yeah, unsolicited PR. Plus, direct economic benefits for hotels, restaurants, local arts and suppliers, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Right. A real injection of cash. Okay, let's shift gears a bit to Bezos himself.
Yeah.
We all know Amazon, obviously, started in a garage back in '94. He still has a big stake. But what else is he putting his capital and focus into these days beyond Amazon?
Well, his empire is pretty diverse now. He owns the Washington Post, for one.
Right, the newspaper.
Yeah. And he founded Blue Origin, his aerospace company. Plus, he's committed a huge amount, $10 billion to the Bezos Earth Fund for environmental projects.
10 billion. That's a significant commitment. Seems like he's moving into sort of legacy building areas.
Definitely like that, right?
And his personal assets. They're also pretty extensive, right? We're talking major real estate.
Oh, yeah. Huge estate in DC, luxury places in New York,
Yeah.
a massive property in Beverly Hills worth over 165 million.
And of course, yacht. We have to mention that.
Yeah. That's a $500 million super yacht. It's what, 127 meters long.
Huge.
Comes with its own helipad, needs a support vessel, a crew of over 40 people, and the running costs alone are, tens of millions every year just for maintenance. It's a whole operation.
A true symbol of that extreme wealth level. Okay, but let's not forget Lauren Sánchez. Her story is really interesting too. What can you tell us about her background and achievements?
Absolutely. Her own net worth is estimated around $30 million. And that's separate.
Right, independent wealth.
Yeah. She had a very successful TV career. Emmy-winning host.
Yeah.
Shows like Good Day LA, Extra. She guested on the video.
Okay, so well-known in media circles.
But she's also an entrepreneur. She founded Black Ops Aviation.
What's that?
It's an aerial filming company. Apparently the first one run by a woman. They've done work with big names like Netflix, Sony, even worked on movies like Dunkirk.
Dunkirk. Wow, okay, so serious Hollywood credentials there.
Yeah. And she's also a successful author. Her first children's book hit the New York Times bestseller list.
So a businesswoman, author, TV personality, quite a diverse career on her own terms. Does she have her own property too?
She does. An $11 million place in Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
And another adjoining property worth about $4.5 million.
Okay.
And then together, back in 2021, they bought that massive beachfront estate in Maui for $78 million. Private beach, 2 houses, the works.
Right. So that Maui property was a joint purchase.
Okay. Underscores her own significant standing, I think.
Definitely. So wrapping this up, we've covered the kind of mind-boggling scale of the wedding, the vastness of Bezos' empire, and Sanchez's own impressive achievements. What stands out most to you from all this?
I think it's just the sheer multifaceted nature of it all. It's not just about money, is it? It's about influence, projects, legacy.
That's a great point. And maybe something for you, the listener, to think about too. Beyond the huge cost of the wedding or even maintaining that fortune, how do things like the Environmental Fund or space exploration or even, aerial cinematography, how do those passions shape the story?
Right.
What does this deep dive really tell us about measuring success or impact? Is it just the dollars or is it something more?
Yeah, what's the real manual? Good question to ponder.